Alrighty, YouTube, Niner Empire, what is going down? Welcome back to another video. Super Bowl 58 is set. Man, I still can't get over the fact that we were able to battle through a 17-point deficit to punch our ticket to the Super Bowl. Still feels absolutely surreal, without a doubt. But the Niners announced today that they will be wearing their white jerseys, so they're going to be wearing the away jerseys for the Super Bowl. Chiefs will be wearing their home reds. It's the same jersey setup as the Super Bowl in 2020. Obviously, the Niners unfortunately lost that game. They had it at their fingertips. They were 6 minutes away from being crowned champions, and they choked. They simply choked. And this go around, like George Kittle said on the sideline, when the 49ers were losing the Super Bowl, he's going to be back there with a vengeance, and I would imagine this whole team feels that way. Obviously, there's a couple different faces in the on the team since the 2020 Super Bowl. Same for the Kansas City Chiefs, but at the end of the day, it's the same core. Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes and Chris Jones. Like, the 49ers have their same core as they had. Obviously the quarterback's a little bit different. We have a different running back. We have a better running back. We have a better quarterback, a better defense. Statistically, not a better defense, but on roster, talent-wise, this 49ers defense is the best defense that Kyle Shanahan has had, since becoming the 49ers head coach. But yeah, so we're going to be wearing the home white or the away white jerseys, which, to be honest, I love the away jerseys we have. I think the Super Bowl patch looks so much better on the white jerseys anyway. But yeah, man, I mean, again, I'm still trying to kind of process that win. What a win. What a win, and what a group this Niners team has. I mean, to battle back down 17, there were players saying after the game that nobody in the locker room flinched at halftime when they were down 17. They kept the confidence, and, again, they ultimately came out with the win. So, two playoff wins coming from behind. Yeah, man. I mean, and not only that, but somebody pointed out on Twitter, shout out to @ChrisPolo_. He says on Twitter here, I'm just realizing that the Super Bowl logo colors are the team colors of the only two teams the 49ers have lost to in the Super Bowl, the Ravens and the Chiefs. And then he goes on to say the get back is destiny, and that's absolutely a fact. Obviously, you guys know by the way, the Super Bowl logo this year is absolutely dope. Super sick Super Bowl logo. I love the purple. I love the red. Obviously, the LVIII looks so clean. The Super Bowl logo this year is sick, and it would be awesome to see this team win a Super Bowl, so I can go buy jerseys with these Super Bowl patches. I'll tell you this right now: if the Niners can win this Super Bowl, a white Brock Purdy Super Bowl patch jersey will be purchased effective immediately. I said this at the beginning of the year, too. If the Niners can win the Super Bowl, I will be getting a Brock Purdy jersey with the Super Bowl patch. Now, here's the thing. I know some of you guys are probably thinking, why wouldn't you just get a jersey before the Super Bowl with the Super Bowl patch? I don't know about you guys, but, God forbid if the 49ers fell again in the Super Bowl, I don't want to be reminded of that Super Bowl. I just want to forget about it. So that's kind of my thought process when it goes to buying jerseys with Super Bowl patches. Like, if they win the Super Bowl, I'm going to have, more Super Bowl merch than any other Niners fans out there. But again, I don't want to buy any Super Bowl merchandise. I did get the conference championship hats that they were wearing when they won the Super Bowl, or when they won the NFC championship. That's got the LVII stitch on the side. Super sick hats. I did get one of those, which I remember in 2019 when we won the NFC. I got a I got a shirt, a 49ers NFC champion shirt that said Miami bound on it, but I vowed to not buy a jersey with the Super Bowl patch unless they win it. And I really, really would love to buy a Super Bowl jersey with this Super Bowl logo on there. One of the most dope Super Bowl patches, logos that I've seen in a pretty long time. It's just the colors. The colors stand out. They pop. And it's going to look dope as hell on these white jerseys as well. So, yeah, man. I mean, like I said, it's going to be a battle. But the Niners, they're back for vengeance. They're one game away from being crowned Super Bowl champions, winning their 6th Lombardi title. Again, I mean, it's going to be a dogfight. There's nobody else, though, I would want to play in the Super Bowl other than the Kansas City Chiefs. Nobody. I've wanted to get payback on them since the day we lost that Super Bowl. And, fast forward 4 years later, and, we're sitting in the Super Bowl against the team that beat us 4 years ago. There's nobody else I would have wanted to play in the Super Bowl. Payback's going to be... It's going to be one of the best feelings ever, but they have to get the job done, man. They absolutely have to get the job done. So, yeah. I mean, like I said, roughly 2 weeks away. I mean, I can only sit here and dream of Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan hoisting that Lombardi trophy. But look, there is some adjustments that needs to be made defensively. The 49ers defense is giving up 386 total yards per game this postseason. Steve Wilks has to do a better job of containing this Kansas City Chiefs offense, and you're not going to completely shut down their offense by any means, because what Andy Reid dials up, he's one of the best coaches in football, and he dials up so many different formations and things of that nature. But Steve Wilks, this is a legacy game for you. You have to make adjustments. You have to attack the Kansas City Chiefs at their weaknesses, and there's not a lot of weaknesses on the Kansas City Chiefs offense. But I know they're going to come running the football with Isaiah Pacheco, which Isaiah Pacheco is a great running back. They're going to attack Travis Kelce. We just have to play our game, man. We have to fix things, though. I said going in to the NFC Championship that there are things that we need to fix when it comes to going into the NFC Championship. We didn't play good against the Packers. We didn't play good against the run against Green Bay. We didn't play the run. We didn't, our run defense has been shaky the past 2 weeks is what I'm saying. The Packers ran all over us. The Lions ran all over us. We can't have that in this Super Bowl. We will, if we play like we did against the Lions, it's going to be tough to come back down 17 or down in general, down 2 scores against a team like the Kansas City Chiefs with one of the greatest quarterbacks already of all time. But it's going to be bittersweet, man. Like, if Brock Purdy can knock off one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time already, I'll be completely at a loss for words. But I don't want to talk about that too much because, again, there is unfinished business here. Kyle Shanahan said it, during the NFC Championship ceremony. They've had unfinished business. They fell short, the past 2 years in the NFC Championship. But look, they're about as healthy as they could possibly be going into this game, minus Talanoa Hufanga. I'm not sure if Cleveland Farrell is going to be able to play in this upcoming game. I do know, as far as Cleveland Farrell, I know when he was initially injured, they said that it could be roughly 2 weeks until his return. But if I had to guess, Cleveland Farrell's probably going to do everything in his power to suit up. And I hope he does, man, because for one, I would like to see him play in the biggest game of his life. And not only that, but I'd like to see him come back and be in this rotation on this 49ers defensive line. I know as far as Kansas City goes, Charles Omenihu, which former 49ers defensive lineman, unfortunately tore his ACL in the AFC Championship game, which sucks, man, because I was a big fan of Charles Omenihu when he was on the Niners. He was a great rotational piece, and you can tell he's heartbroken to not be able to play in the Super Bowl. So, obviously, prayers up to former Niners defensive lineman Charles Omenihu. He played his ass off, too, in the AFC Championship. He had a strip sack on Lamar. It sucks, man. I wish nothing but the best for Charles Omenihu. I have nothing bad to say about him. He was a great, very productive, defensive lineman when he was on the Niners, and it seems like he's been a productive player for the Kansas City Chiefs as well. But you got to feel for the guy, man. You got to feel for a guy like Talanoa Hufanga, too. I mean, these guys suffering or that have suffered season-ending injuries, they're not going to be able to play. And I know that kills those guys that, they know that they're not going to be able to be out there. But in the NFC Championship game against the Lions, George Kittle suffered a toe injury. Ambry Thomas had an ankle injury. Those are the only two 49ers on the injury report post-NFC title game, and both of those guys are considered day-to-day. Now, I know Dre Greenlaw was banged up as well when he laid a hit stick on Sam Laporta. That was just a stinger, which I kind of figured at first it could have been a stinger, and it is. That came to fruition. So Dre Greenlaw was just dealing with the stinger. That's not expected to be a lingering issue whatsoever, so he's obviously going to be healthy and ready to go. And thank the Lord, too, that there was no major injuries in this game, because, man, that would have been an absolute gut-wrench feeling to go into this game with one of our better players hurt, or hurt to the extent where they couldn't be able to play or they wouldn't have been able to play in the Super Bowl. Everything looks good with Debo as well. I know he was coming back from that shoulder injury. But yeah, man, I mean, we're about as healthy as we can possibly be. And this Super Bowl title is it's literally at our fingertips. I mean, play your ass off one more game, find a way to win the game, find a way to shut down Kansas City Chiefs, find a way to limit their offense. Just find a way. That's the theme going into the Super Bowl, man. Just find a way. I don't care if we win by 1 point. I don't care if we have turnovers in this game. As long as we win this game, none of that shit matters. So yeah, like I said, Niners wearing their whites, their away white jerseys. Kansas City will be wearing their home red jerseys. I know for the Niners Instagram has already posted a video of a McCaffrey jersey with the Super Bowl patch. If you guys haven't seen that yet, you got to go check that out. These jerseys look absolutely fire with the Super Bowl patch. I know there were some Niners fans pretty upset that we weren't able to wear our red jerseys, but when you guys see the Super Bowl patch on these white jerseys, it looks so sick. I'm actually pretty glad we're wearing the white jerseys. But yeah, man, obviously wanted to come on here and kind of give you guys some thoughts a couple days after the NFC Championship, but a lot to cover, a lot to talk about going into this game. And obviously I'm going to be on here all week and all next week talking about this game and going over how we can win this game and things of that nature. But one game away, man. Niner faithful, we're one game away from being crowned champions. We're one game away from bringing home that 6th Lombardi title. We've lost in 2012 to the Ravens. We lost in 2020 to the Kansas City Chiefs. Third time is a charm. This is the best team that we've had in the Kyle Shanahan era. And just go out and win it, baby. That's literally all I have to say. Just go out and win it. Go out and play your game. Yeah. One game away. That's it. But as always, go Niners. Obviously, let me know how you guys are feeling a couple days after this NFC Championship win. I know I didn't realize this during the game, but I know there was a thing going around where the Niners actually brought out Journey at halftime to play "Don't Stop Believin'" at halftime, and I didn't know this, but that song was written in Detroit about the people in Detroit, and the Niners had Journey come out at their stadium and perform that song. And 30 minutes later, we were crowned NFC champions. So, obviously, just wanted to kind of throw that out there. But I thought that was pretty cool as well. I thought that was super cool that they brought Journey out, during a time where the Niners were down 17. I mean, that the Lions truly, Kittle said it best, man. The Lions truly had the best of us in the first half. But the Niners didn't stop believing. They persevered. They played big-time football, big boy football when it mattered most, and, the rest is history. So, one more win, one more game, one more win to be crowned champions of the world. Obviously, I can't wait to keep pumping out videos this weekend and next week as well, talking about these games. But yeah, man, obviously let me know how you guys are feeling in the comments. But yeah, as always, go Niners. I'll see you guys this week and next week, and you guys are going to be seeing me a lot. I mean, I'm going to be uploading. I'm going to be pumping out videos like it's nothing, talking about this game and going over a lot. But yeah, as always, go Niners. I'll see you guys in the next one.